Golf Channel welcomes you to Trolley Golf Links for the 30th playing of the Arnold Palmer Cup, proudly supported by Rolex. On this July 4th, it's Irish music because we're in Ireland at the Trolley Golf Links on another beautiful sunny day. Right now, it's very windy for day 2 of the Arnold Palmer Cup, morning and afternoon wave. Justin Kutcher alongside Trip Eisenhower here in the booth. And we've got Olin Brown Jr. on the golf course, and you can see the long grass is blowing already. So that could be a huge factor on this second day of the Arnold Palmer Cup. After day 1, we're all tied, 6-6. 64 degrees right now. The wind says 12 miles per hour. I'm going to say it's even more. Precipitation only a 7% chance. Come on, it's going to go up. But this is where the score is as we enter the second day. You can't get much closer. And the golf course, again, just looks absolutely spectacular. Arnold Palmer's first golf course that he designed in Europe. A look at today's format. We have 24 matches, but we have the foursomes, which is the alternate shot. And right now you have a situation where in the morning you're having the women play against the women, the men against the men. In the afternoon we have mixed foursomes. And then tomorrow we'll have the singles matches. 24 matches tomorrow, 24 matches today, 12 in the morning, 12 in the afternoon. And this is the opening match of Mackenzie Lee, Kiara Romero leading 6 up through 11. And this is Paula Francisco and Martine San Pedro. This is Paula Francisco. The Spaniards pairing together, and Trip, I mean, they are getting waxed right now.
Well, they absolutely. I mean, this is a one-sided match. It's 6 up with 6 to play is not a great position to be in, or 7 to play, excuse me. But there you can see, I mean, you got to try to do everything you can to fight back. But you're going to be fighting not only your opponents, but the weather as well. And this is Mackenzie Lee. And got to be buoyed quite a bit when your partner's the #1 amateur in the world.
And if you think about it, Mackenzie Lee yesterday won her 4-ball match with Jacob Modleski 3-2. However, Kiara Romero, the #1 amateur, she lost her opening match 3-2.
She did indeed. So, but you know Romero's not going to have many losing days.
That's a pretty swing right there.
Absolutely.
Mackenzie Lee.
The SMU veteran college star. And that right up there on the front, pretty straightforward pitch from there. But an opportunity for the internationals. And you're going to see bigger swings today, Justin. In foursomes, you absolutely, it is the toughest of the formats. And typically, the Americans are not as strong in foursomes play as they are in 4-ball. Typically, but I don't know if it's going to extrapolate with these college stars or not, because they play a lot more match play. They play a lot more of these team type things than the professionals do in the Ryder Cup or the Solheim Cup.
In the second match of the day, these guys, so the alternate, every other starts on 1, and then the other one starts on 10. This is the group of Jack Turner, Willie Walsh against Zach Swanwick and Harry Takis. And that putt, looking coming down that slope. Oh, that's a great putt.
Wow. And Jack Turner's got a unique proposition. Yesterday he played his girlfriend that's the University of Florida. Today he plays his teammate Swanwick from the University of Florida as well. So there's a lot of Gators everywhere, and Jack Turner seems to be facing his own teammates in different formats.
And as you can see, when you look at the Americans, we saw some of the women wearing red shirts. We have the men wearing blue shirts, the white pants, red, white, and blue. The 250th anniversary, the 250th birthday of our great nation.
And this is Jack Turner with this putt to win the hole. they're going to have their hands full for sure.
Last count.
This match all square.
Oh, great effort there by Turner. And that'll be a conceded halve.
I think that was actually Willie Walsh.
Oh, that was Willie Walsh, excuse me, from Pepperdine. Honorable mention All-American out of Pepperdine.
All right, back to the first match. This is Kiara Romero playing her third.
Good news for the players is this same exact direction of the wind as it changed to late yesterday. So they're going to see the similar lines that they saw yesterday and take those, and that'll leave a little left for her par, or for the team's par, I should say.
Look at that start. See that?
Remarkable.
I mean, that's got to be one of those moments where if you're Francisco and San Pedro for the internationals,
yeah,
you get punched in the face and you don't know what's going on.
Well, I mean, look, that's golf. Sometimes in match play, you know, you run up against a butthole, but other times you can shoot a 76 or 75 and advance.
Right.
So you never know what you're going to get. But an alternate shot, when you're putting up a lot of under par scores, you're going to really take advantage.
Chance right now for the internationals. Martin San Pedro.
They need all of those.
I do like the pairing of Francisco and San Pedro. A couple of players from Madrid, Spain.
Absolutely.
Mackenzie Lee has this putt left to have the hole.
Well, and at this point, pars and halves, man, they are just a huge ally to this team. Because now, if this goes in, they're going to be 6 up with 6 to play. You can't get in a much better spot.
No.
And being the lead group, huge.
Yesterday, we saw the lead group for the internationals get off to a great start. They won their opening match 3-2. Romero was in that opening match. Here's her partner, Mackenzie Lee. And she knocks that one in, so they have the hole, and they go up. They're dormant right now.
6 to go.
And Lee won her match yesterday with Jacob Medletsky, so she's continuing likely her winning ways for the for the Palmer Cup.
A sunny day in Ireland. And this is a look at what we have for you on the golf course right now with the different matches. We've got 12 matches right now, and we've shown you this one. 6 up with 6 to go. Mackenzie Lee, Kiara Romero looking like we're going to have a point on the board for the Americans to start the day. The second match, Jack Turner, Willie Walsh against Zach Swanwick and Harry Takis. They're all square with 5 to play. Josiah Gilbert, William Jennings, 2 up through 10 over Connor Graham and Tim Wiedemeyer. And there's the first time where we see the internationals leading. Vanessa Boravilos and Lauren Kim, 3 up through 10. Back-to-back for the international women, Veronica Kitronova, Maria Jose Marin, 2 up through 9. And then, okay, all of a sudden, we're seeing the internationals. That's 3 matches in a row. Make it 4 in a row with Jack Buchanan, Milan Potgieter.
Yeah, and you look at this match again. I mean, you're going to see a lot of swings, though. 3 up is a big one right there. This one's tied, match 9. Davis and O'Keefe were a Curtis Cup stalwart.
Another match in favor of the internationals, then the Americans. And 4 up is Malixi and Rhodes. Tee shot right there of Mackenzie Lee at the par 3 13th Olin Brown Jr. is with us on the course. And Olin, today it sounds and it seems like the wind is much stronger than what we saw early yesterday.
Yeah, hey guys, good morning. It is hawking out here. That 12 miles per hour is pretty conservative. It's all of 2 clubs. And I think you'll see on this tee shot, it's playing straight downwind. We saw players struggle to hold this green, get the distance right. It's a pretty shallow green. With that 2-ish club wind, you know, distance control becomes paramount.
Paula Francisco, again, trying to hold the green. All right. Well, right now, for the internationals, they got to make that putt.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Otherwise, the match is over.
Probably, yes. I mean, you don't think they're going to 3-putt. You don't think Romero, especially, is going to probably give it a good look. And obviously, if it goes in for the Americans, they're shaking hands. But you can't. Again, as a player, when you just get beat, you just don't want to beat yourself. That's the one thing. You want to go out and do your best.
This is match number 2. Zach Swanwick, Harry Takis.
And Swanwick, you know, he clinched the SEC championship for Florida. So he's got a great match play record. And he's got a fabulous partner. I think one of the best players in the collegiate game right now, Harry Takis from San Diego State.
And I'm going to say, I think this is one of the great approach shots that we have on this golf course.
Look at it. It's breathtaking. Wind down out of the left. You look at this whole location on the kind of middle left portion of this green.
That wind blowing left to right.
And you do not want to miss this left, but that's probably riding the wind.
It was an early walk. He did not like it. This match is all square.
Yeah, this hole, 425 yards and strong left to right wind.
30.5 points is needed to win the Arnold Palmer Cup. Right now, all square at 6 apiece. That should change pretty shortly to 7-6 in favor of the U.S.
Yeah, they're gonna get it. Well, we know at least they're gonna get a half point.
Yeah.
If you know, Francisco and her partner could somehow find a miracle and find some birdies and some mistakes from the U.S. team, but that's unlikely.
You know, as we look at this golf course, Arnold Palmer said he designed 9 holes. Nature designed the other 9.
You lay this into the terrain. You don't need to move a lot of dirt when you have a piece of property like this on the Dingle Peninsula.
Martin San Pedro, the All-American from Stanford, 3-time first-team All-American.
She also won the Women's Amateur in 2025, and she's got 2 NCAA individual titles to her, or team champion, excuse me. Yeah, when you're part of the Stanford Cardinal, you're going to be playing for a lot of national championships. Incredible program there, both the men and the women. That's a must-make.
That was a great effort. Did you see how hard she had to hit that back into the wind?
You're definitely playing the wind on putts. I mean, but the one thing, and Olin can confirm that it's probably the same direction as it's been yesterday, which is a player, that's a very nice advantage.
Yeah, it switched, guys, to west-southwest yesterday. That's what it is, and forecasted to be all day today. From what I've seen, I think, you know, the San Pedro Francisco team has just struggled to make putts. And when the wind blows like it is right now, that can be a factor.
Here's Kiara Romero. All they need is a 2-putt, and they will win this opening match.
I think it's over.
It is.
They can shake hands. Well, world number 1 did what she was supposed to do, bounce back from a loss, and just go ahead and do that in a big statement way.
Bounce back from a loss and then was dominant.
Dominant. Yeah, Romero lost alongside Connor Williams yesterday, 3-2, but
6-5 in match number 1. The Americans take that, and now they lead 7-6. Second match of the day. Harry Takis out of Australia.
yeah. What a man, that's right in the middle. Look at it. He knows that was right in the jaws.
You think he's one of the best players in college golf. Why? What is it about him?
His maturity, one. He's got a fantastic short game. He's plenty long. He's got that Aussie edge. You know, just more developed, it seems, and more less refinement needed. He's got a lot of the scoring club aspects.
And a great mustache.
And a great mustache, yes.
This is Jack Turner.
Out of Orlando, Florida. And he had a chance in another match play event, the Western Am, a couple of years ago, and playoff went 9 extra holes with his teammate Ian Gilligan, and ended up losing to Gilligan. But those players had each of them had so many opportunities to win that.
Last year, Jack Turner was 3-1-0 in the Arnold Palmer Cup. Lost his opening match yesterday with Megan Propek. And
there you go.
A big putt right there.
That's huge. And it's getting late in that match. I mean, there's 4 holes to play, and they're 1 up, so really good from Turner and Walsh.
So the United States has won 1 match so far, 6-5. They lead in the second match, 1 up with 4 to play here in day 2 of the Arnold Palmer Cup from Tralee, Ireland. USA leads 7-6 now after an early point by Mackenzie Lee and Kiara Romero, winning 6-5 over Paula Francisco and Martine San Pedro. And the winning team right now is standing by with Olin Brown.
Hey guys, thank you very much. Hey guys, thank you very much. I'm here with the winners of the first match. Tell us about the day. How was it out there?
I would say we both had a little bit of fire in us coming off of our matches yesterday. We both lost, so I think we were definitely fired up this morning and just really wanted to go out there and win our match, so we played great.
Well, you clearly did. What was the conditions were a little windier today, a little cooler. How did you guys handle that? Was there any different approach with the alternate shot format?
I think it was, honestly, I think we're quite used to it at this point now. I mean, we played on Monday or Tuesday where it was gusting like 37, so I think this is pretty mild compared to that. And I think alternate shot, it's like the format itself really helps us, you know, take one shot at a time. So I think it really helped. And I mean, we just had a good time out there too, so can't get any better than that.
Well, that's great. Congratulations and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I love about Foursomes alternate shot. It really feels more like a team when you're doing that. Walking that one in was Connor Graham.
The United States team remains 1 up.
That was the U.S. team of Gilbert and Jennings to tie that hole. And they are 1 up right now through 12, heading to 13. And we look at, as I look at the matches right now on the golf course, obviously that first win for the U.S. was big. And the next 2 matches, the U.S. leads by 1, which is so small.
Yes.
But then you have a stretch of 4 in a row where the internationals have the lead.
And up by 3.
In 3 of them.
Yeah, and when you get up by 3 and or more in this format, it's just really hard to come back. But I mean, it has been done. This is a much more volatile format, no question.
Well, we're going to head over to the 11th. This is match number 5 of the day, and this features Kylie Chong and Jasmine Koo against Veronica Kedronyova and Marie-Jose Marin.
Well, this is 4 elite collegiate golfers, no question about it, and let alone that what Marine's had in her resume this year. She's added the Augusta National Women's Amateur. She'll be playing not only in Ireland this week, but next week in France at the Evian. So special time overseas for her.
And for Kylie Chong and Jasmine Koo, they almost feel like they're back at school right now. They're teammates at USC.
Right, exactly. And, you know, first and second team All-Americans, Koo's first team, and Chong is second team All-American. So this is one of the better matches I think we should see today, at least as far as really good golf.
Kedronyova and Marine are 1 up right now through 10.
Oh, shite.
That putt on the way, and
wow,
that is dropped. Wow, what a putt by Veronica Kedronyova.
Out of Kent State, and huge.
So now this makes this a must-make.
Yeah, and there's a slope right there to her right that really kicks it off this slope. You'll see a lot of players never get it out far enough, and a lot of times what happens, the ball falls off real quick and it never has a chance. It's low all the way. Let's see if she can get her start line matched up with the speed it's got to be carrying across that slope. She did just that.
Wow, what a putt to have the hole.
That is, when you top somebody, that's one of the hardest things to do in match play golf, to hit a putt right on top of somebody.
I like to call it the Iverson, the answer.
Yes, it is. It's, you can see what it means because how hard it is to do.
Well, not just that. That's a huge putt because it keeps it at one up, or one down. And you had talked about the difference in this type of format of making those big comebacks.
And this is Jack Turner. Actually got on the 6. That's not a bad angle to come in from. Kind of back into the right to left wind, which is a right-hander. That's a really nice wind to hit into.
Ian Willie Walsh one up right now in that match.
Now here's Harry's got the ball well below his feet. Not the best of lies, so he's going to have to try to cover this one and try to keep it down and hope it lands right on the front and releases a little bit.
How about what we heard from Mackenzie Lee saying they played a practice round with 37-mile-per-hour wind gusts? This is going way right.
Yeah, that's over there in those dunes. You can see the people over there. That door open for the Americans right now. They're one up in this match, and it really in a good spot.
Chance to go 2 up with 3 to play. A chance for the Americans to potentially take the first 2 matches of the day as they lead 7-6 early on day 2 of the Arnold Palmer Cup. But look at what the internationals are doing. They have the lead in 7 of the matches. Well, Tripp, yesterday we saw the internationals get off to a quick start, and we thought, man, this is going to be all internationals.
Yep.
Today, it's a quick start for the Americans, but as you go down, you see the international team. They've got a lot of leads and some big ones, too.
Well, and that's the thing. Their leads aren't just 1 up. I mean, they've got 4 matches that are 3 up or better with less than 9 holes to play. So really, really good spot if you're an international captain. And Brendan Webb, of course, one of those, got to be smiling with his pairings because they have worked out quite well. The fact that you've got those huge, almost insurmountable leads this late into the first part of this format.
Over at the 6th hole.
This is Takis again, I believe.
Oh, wow.
And that one skull, so one went across the green. That's back across. I would imagine that's going to be a concession. They're chipping for bogey, and they've got a birdie putt, Turner and Walsh do. So they are going to get ready to be 2 down with 3 to play. That's a big point, I think, for the Americans, Justin, the fact that the internationals are up in so many of those matches, being 3 up or more. It's a huge point for the Americans.
No doubt about it. And you wonder if this is where the captains, the coaches are relaying the messages to the international team saying, hey, I know you're going to see some points on the board early for the Americans, but don't worry, we've got a lot of points coming.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be coming, and probably coming soon too. You know, when you look at how many holes they have left to play with the, 3 and 4 up leads.
And because they're starting on both the 1st and the 10th hole, we have all these matches really moving along fairly quickly.
We do, and again, when it'll be a flood here. It looks like when you have all of a sudden these when they get 4 or 5 holes left to play, they got 8, some 6, some 5 holes left to play with the 3 up lead. Those are just going to be a flood of international points coming in, more than likely.
We'll stay with this second match as they make their way to the 7th hole, and the Americans leading 2 up with 3 to play.
Yeah, this is par 3, and today playing 129 for the men, 114 for the ladies. A tiny little green with a tier in it. Not many greens have a little bit of a tier like this, but this is a wonderfully placed pot bunkers. And today the wind will be left to right and down slightly. So really important. You're going to be hitting a wedge into this hole. Really important to let the wind move it properly, because you're missing that right bunker over there today with this hole location. It's right over there on the front right, 11 on, 5 from the right. That is a horrible miss if that wind takes it too much and you miss the green to the right.
For the Americans right now, Tripp, I got to be thinking that they're going, you know what, any ball right now on the front part of the green,
yes,
that's good.
Yeah, it's only 114 yards, or excuse me, 129 yards for the men. This is where a lot of times in the collegiate game versus the pro game, they'll hit a ball way too high here, and they'll hit too much club and have too much spin on it because they hit so many full shots. And that is the nuance that they need to learn to develop as a player at the next level. They have to be able to come off speed. You would see Tiger Woods in his prime probably hit even a 9-iron here and chip it, and it would be a low-flighted little chippy 9-iron, and it would never be right of the hole. There's a guy named Scheffler kind of doing the same things right now.
Well, here is Jack Turner on the tee. Turner and Walsh 2 up with 3 to go.
See, now that looked like a little chippy swing. That looked very nuanced. And there he is on the top.
It's going to come back down.
It will. That is a beautiful shot in this position. Pressure now fully on Harry Takis.
I was about to say, we saw it yesterday with these collegiate players. They were flighting the ball down.
But they're the best.
I know, but even the best, we see it on the PGA Tour. The young guys come out and they try to hit it as high and as far as they can. It's nice to see these young players coming over here, playing in Ireland, realizing, you know what, I'm going to flight it down.
Well, you have to over here. It kind of forces your hand, because if you get a ball floating up today, it's just going to get beaten up. And this is what I mean about why I think Takis is one of the best players in the collegiate game, is I've got a really good feeling this is going to be a little chippy one as well.
I thought because he's wearing joggers.
Never seen anybody jog in joggers. Have you ever seen anybody jogging?
No.
Why do they call them joggers?
Oh, wow, what a shot.
Did I tell you he's good? That's an answer.
Man, that's a big-time shot right there by Harry Takis.
I see his partner go, heck yeah, man, way to go.
He's got that competitive fire you were talking about.
He does, and he's got a good mentor, Greg Chalmers, and from the Brisbane area. Just really solid player, and just a really nice guy too.
You see Jack Turner right there?
Yeah,
turn
it's
around,
a great shot.
Dude, great shot.
I mean, that danced around the hole, and that's not an easy putt though. But if the Americans can somehow get theirs in, if Walsh can bury that putt, you talk about you know, switching momentum, and that match could be over if he were to make that putt and they miss.
Did you see that reaction by Harry Takis?
Yeah.
He thought it was in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did some of them go left?
No, there's only 2 balls, that's all.
This is Jacob Medletsky.
This is match number 7. He and Ryder Cowan are 3 down.
Yeah, they're going to need some good things to happen quickly.
Jack Buchanan, Milan Potgieter, now Cowan. This is for birdie.
Breaking to his left. And
the international team of Buchanan and Potgieter, they have a putt for par. And the putt was not conceded for the Americans. So Jacob Medletsky, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish golfer, he'll have a par putt. We'll see if they'll make him.
And a lot of people may ask, is there any relation to Aldrich? And
they're both South African.
But yeah, there's people with similar names, and that is a popular name in South Africa. So I'm sure they're related somewhere along the family tree, but
they just pronounce their name differently.
Just a little differently. And
now this is a par putt here for Potgieter. He was the co-champion in the 2026 Athens Regional.
Oh my.
And now the door is open for the Americans to close the gap.
This is big. And he knows it too. That was a opportunity now.
Medletsky.
There you go.
That's a big celebration right there.
And he's playing with Ryder Cowan, of course, was the co-low amateur at the U.S. Open.
So this match not over at all. As the Americans are down 2 through 11. They lead right now by 1. They lead in 4. The internationals lead in 7. Back day 2 of the Arnold Palmer Cup. Justin Kutcher, Trip Eisenhower, Olin Brown Jr. here with you as the Trolley Golf Links, Arnold Palmer's first design course in Europe, opened in 1984.
I think the way you design this, you just cut some grass lower, make it green. This is a huge putt. This could win the match. Ultimately, could win the match.
Has this putt for birdie, and the internationals are in tight.
Broke left on him. Okay, well, door open here for Swanwick and Takis.
Zach Swanwick out of New Zealand.
Yeah, this is Aussie-New Zealand pairing. Got that covered.
This is a great shot by Takis, and now
not an easy putt to read, though.
And Swanwick and Takis are 2 down with 3 to play. You make this putt here,
huge. Game
on.
Yeah, I mean they've got a mountain. They still, if you know, Turner and Walsh can keep the pressure on, it's still an uphill battle for this team. But if they're going to have a fighting chance, this has to go. It's a putt that you see like it looks like it wants to go a little left, but I think it's straighter than it looks. I think if he gets this outside the hole, I don't think it goes in.
You got to think he's got to go with some pace too, right?
Yeah, the wind is left to right and into, so he's putting downhill back into the wind. That's always a little bit difficult.
Walks it in.
Wow.
Huge putt right there by Zach Swanwick. And now the internationals are 1 down with 2 to go.
This is what it's all about right there. That's answering the bell from a very accomplished 2 players, Swanwick and Takis.
When you think about it, answering the bell on the tee shot.
Yeah, and the
answering
putt.
the bell with the putt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great teamwork.
Now the key for Turner and Walsh is just keep the pressure on. You know, hit the fairway, you know, put the ball on the green, make them have to do what they just did. And it's going to be hard to do, birdie the last 3 holes, but that's what you have to make them do as a team.
Yeah, make them win the hole with a birdie.
Absolutely. And look, that's what they did there on 7.
The Americans hoping to put 2 early points on the board. They've already got 1. And they lead in the 2nd match. They also lead in the 3rd match. Josiah Gilbert, William Jennings 1 up with 5 to play over Connor Graham and Tim Wiedemeyer. A couple of Texas Tech teammates, Graham and Wiedemeyer. There's no doubt when you look at the pairings today, you have a lot of players who are familiar with each other. This is match number 3. This is Connor Graham and Tim Wiedemeyer. They're down 1 on the 14th. The Americans have led the entire way.
And it's definitely going to have an effect of this slope, and that's what they're seeing right there. It's always tough when the slope is right early in the putt, because your intuition has to tell you the speed that it's going to be carrying, because it's going to be carrying the most speed in the putt, so it'll have the least amount of break. But then you have to factor what it does, you know, late. It's a puzzle that you figure out over time, but it's difficult to piece it together.
You know, it's funny. You look at this, you have a couple of Texas Tech Red Raiders in Graham and Wiedemeyer. Then you have an interesting matchup, Auburn and Alabama together.
Yeah. And that ball is carrying the perfect amount of speed. What a putt. That's really well done right there.
Connor Graham.
Was that? Yeah.
Now, players were driving it up on this green yesterday. They had the tee moved up for the men. Not sure if they had the same tee, but this is Gilbert. Of course, part of that Auburn Tiger two-time national championship team, and look at that right there. Man, oh man, is that good. Oh my, that was for eagle, and that's going to leave a you know, straightforward putt, but an important putt for William Jennings. That was really well done.
Yeah, you see Josiah Gilbert, he thought he made it.
Yeah, that was a heck of a shot.
Went a little left, but I think coming back seemed pretty straight. I don't think I can play it right. I think it's just firm straight.
We'll just say they're representing the state of Alabama.
Yeah, you know, I was just
We're not going to say Crimson Tide
no, but here
War
it
Eagle
is.
or
what you realize is that Crimson Tide and the Auburn Tigers hate each other.
Yes, they do.
Right?
Yes.
But when you're playing for the country on July 4th,
You're playing
you
for
put
the
that
country.
to the side
Yes.
and you're saying, all right, let's go.
Let's get a point for the U.S. And this is important right here to hold on to that one-up lead. Again, I think Turner Walsh's in this match, these are important points for the U.S. given what's behind them as far as the international leads. Look at that.
Wow.
Man, I'm telling you what, answering these guys are really at a high level of execution in difficult conditions.
You knew he had to be firm. He was firm and confident.
Why wouldn't you be? First team All-American.
They maintain that one-up lead now with 3 to play, 16, 17, and 18.
And we saw a lot of, you know, back and forth on those 3 holes. Par 3, a difficult par 4, and a gettable par 5, the 18th.
The Americans clinging to a couple of leads in matches 2 and 3. 1 up in match 2 with 2 to play. 1 up in match 3 with 3 to play. And then it's a bunch of leads for the international team. It's 7-6 early here in day number 2 of the Arnold Palmer Cup. right, this is Jack Turner coming up over that pop bunker on
Wow.
the 8th hole, up 1.
Really good shot there.
And now this is Zach Swanwick.
Can he answer? And you can see Tackett wanted it to get up there.
How beautiful is that view?
Oh, my. Really well done there from Swanwick. That was not the best lie. Able to get it up there where I think his partner will be able to handle that one. Now the pressure on Walsh and Turner. They got to bury this putt to keep this lead. If they lose these last 2 and go to 9th, all even, and the pendulum, pendulum swings are important in any time in match play, but in alternate shot, they really do have much more of an effect.
Willie Walsh won his opening match 1-up with Macy Pate. And this is, again, what you see more in the alternate shot than what you would see maybe in 4-ball. But the teammates really go in and read the putts together.
Yeah, and, I like it being confirmed. When I would do team events, I would always have my line, and I would just want to hear confirmation from the player, because these greens have less nuance as far as like really fast greens, but speed is so important, and only you know how hard you're feeling you're going to hit the putt. So line is definitely affected so much by speed. But if it's a left to right putt and he comes in and says, yeah, I see it just outside left edge too, there you go. And I think that's what this putt's doing. Should go a little right.
Willie Walsh playing at Pepperdine.
Oh no. Well, this is can't leave the door open too many times for the team of Swanwick and Tackett. He hit a good putt though. Now this match could be all square headed to the last.
Quickly, Harry Tackett in there. This to win the hole and tie the match with 1 hole to go.
You can just see the wind, how much it's buffeting them.
And we are all square going to the final hole.
Don't be surprised to see that man win quite a number of tournaments next year.
Connor Graham on the tee at 13. Excuse me, 16. At 16, yep. I beg your pardon.
That wind into left to right. And there's a misstep right there. Did not hit the green. That is a tough green to hit right now, though.
Yeah, it was trapped pretty good.
Yeah. Did get off this one. You're right.
Now let's see if Gilbert can capitalize here with their 1-up lead, 3 to play. Get this on the green and give Jennings a putt. Good swing.
Really good swing.
He wanted to sit. That's fine. There's a slope back there. That's going to get a little bit better. That is just fine. Took short out. Not a hard putt right there. Advantage for Jennings and Gilbert here.
Tripp, you could almost just hear the way that ball was compressed. It was going to pierce through that wind.
Yeah, that was a beautifully struck shot. Really good swing.
When you look at this shot from the drone, it looks like it's just a picture-perfect day. Then as you get closer and you hear and you see the wind, you're going, oh, okay, things might be a bit more difficult.
It is Ireland. We need to be definitely expecting wind. There you can see
The green wave?
Yeah, the green wave, and now 5 up through 10 for Maliksi and Rhodes. That is a really powerful team. So that one looks like that's a sure point, and it's really closing in on that, you know, another point when they're 4 up with you know, 6 to play there. Now this is Jennings for his birdie. We saw the tee shot. Boy, if this were to go in and somehow be 2 up with 2 to play, that is going to be really needed for the U.S. team.
And a clutch putt on the last hole. That's a
beautiful.
good lag right there.
Yep, and that you can see they've got one for par about at least twice that length, so they still could carry a 2-up lead into 17.
The team of Connor Graham and Tim Wiedemeyer.
And Connor Graham, you know, Walker Cup veteran, Big 12 first team. And Texas Tech has got a lot of international players. They are loaded up with players from overseas.
Of course, I mean, when you think about Texas Tech now, you think about Ludwig Oberg.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mentioned it yesterday, but Ludwig Oberg played in this event in 2022. He then played in the Ryder Cup in 2023.
And next year, yeah, exactly. And everybody said, oh, it's too early to, you know, for him to play in a Ryder Cup. And what did he do? He went and just won a bunch of points.
This is to tie.
Oh, yeah.
Another good putt here by Connor Graham.
Great up and in right there for that team.
United States remains 1 up.
1 up with 2 to play for the U.S. in match number 2. Excuse me, match number 3. Seven to 6, U.S. leading after that early point secured by Mackenzie Lee and Kiara Romero, winning 6 and 5 over Paula Francisco and Martine San Pedro. At the 9th, the second match of Jack Turner, Willie Walsh for Team USA, Zach Swanwick, Harry Takis for the Internationals. And it's all square here in this final hole.
And Takis has put his partner in position A to go for this par 5 and 2.
You think Swanwick is getting a text right now? Okay, well, we're just getting an update now. There was a scoring error, so the Americans lead 1 up here on this final hole. So they have guaranteed themselves at least a half a point.
That's huge because this team's closing still with a lot of momentum. And for, you know, if Swanwick and Takis were to get a half point, that's a huge momentum shift for this team. But again, this par 5, very, very similar to 18. You put it in this position, you're just going to have an iron in, but it's all about the green, and today's hole location's in the kind of middle front third of the green on the right-hand side. But this wind is almost straight down here. Oh, he likes it.
Walking after
Yeah,
it.
he likes it. Right on his line.
Yeah, no, he's just over the head.
Yeah, there you go. Right there with an eagle putt. So the American team's going to have to at least make 4 to win the match, or possibly win the match.
That's where the ball for the Americans are.
And that's not a hard spot to be up pitching at all. Wind right to left, and that is a good spot.
This is match number 4 over at the 7th hole. Lauren Kim.
Oh, wow. Whew. Another good shot in for the Internationals at the 7th, like we saw Takas do.
Lauren Kim and Vanessa Borovilos are 3 up.
With 3 to play. That's important. So, and then you put a statement up there like that 5 feet from the hole, and Macy Pate's going to have to answer. Have any hope.
Macy Pate was able to win her opening match 1 up with Willie Walsh yesterday. This 2-time All-American needs to come up clutch right now.
Oh, no. Oh, no. You want to talk about a difficult putt? Yeah, I think we can.
Put a point on the board.
Odds are really high that we're going to see an International get to 7 here very shortly at the 7th.
Well, now up ahead to the 9th. The final hole in this second match. The Internationals are just on the edge of the green for eagle, and the U.S. has maybe a 30-yard pitch.
Yeah, and one, though, that, you know, with the wind where it is, he's kind of coming into the wind out of the right. Doesn't have to bounce this, I don't think. I think he can land it, you know, on that front third of the green with a little loft under it. Looks like that's going to be Jack Turner that's playing this. It's a pretty stock standard little pitch here. He's got the face open. Got to be trying to make this shot. That's your focus. If you try to just hit it close or whatever, usually that widens your area. Think about throwing a dart at the dartboard. You throw at the bullseye. You want to try to hold this shot. That needs to be his focus. I work with a lot of college players and junior players on their mental strategies, and this is one of them where you change that focus and the result gets much better. Good technique. Really good technique. See what I mean?
Wow. Right on it, Trip.
That is excellent right there.
So now what that does is it forces the Internationals to have to make this eagle putt.
True. So maybe they get too aggressive and run it by further than they would. And then clearly goes to,
but the U.S. is 1 up.
They are. So you got to try to make this. And look, watch the hands on this guy. I mean, a lot of Australians have fantastic short games because of the conditions that they grow up in. Really tight areas to chip from, firm, fast conditions, and they play in a lot of wind. So that's why Australians, I mean, think of Greg Norman, think of Jeff Ogilvy, think of
Jason Day,
Aaron Baddeley. I mean, guys that have really good short games. They come from down under for a reason. This is very makeable. Oh, he fatted it. Oh, boy. Well. Yeah, that was just heat. Oh, poor shot. It happens. It happens to the best of them.
Well, now you got to think that if Swanwick doesn't make his putt.
Oh, it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll
Concession.
shake hands. Yeah. And there's the competitor that Harry is.
Wouldn't mind having that house right there.
Not bad. Wouldn't be a little bad commute to your golf course every day.
Could get used to that.
I think you could.
If it starts raining, I'm going to go home for a bit.
Well, then you're going to be home a lot. You got to learn to play out in the elements, Justin, if you're going to live over there. And again, this is an important point for the Americans. You know, especially in these early matches where they're only like one up. You got Gilbert and Jennings that are one up. They're going to need all of those points.
There's also something about this kid, and Zach Swanwick loves match play.
Oh, gosh, yes. It's putt pretty straight, slightly down the hill. No, we'll shake hands.
That'll do it. U.S. gets a point. They've taken the first 2 points.
There you can see
of this
Florida
day.
teammates right there, Swanwick and Turner. Turner got bettered by his girlfriend yesterday, and
no hug.
Got a little revenge, and she didn't hug him. And Swanwick at least gave him a little hug. So good job there for those guys.
All right, over to match number 5. This is Veronica Kendronyova. Kendronyova and Marie Jose Marine leading 2 up.
With 4 to play, and exactly what you need to do. And this is Amelie for, this has to go in. They're 3 down with 3 to play. The internationals
What a putt. Holy cow. Amelie Beauchatone.
Wow.
That was nearly impossible.
It was. I did not think you could read coming down that slope correctly, and boy, they had it figured out.
What a reaction. Back to 14. Oh my gosh. That was an opportunity
Boy,
for
we're
the
seeing some good
Americans
putts, aren't
to
we?
win the hole right there.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well.
So the Americans remain 2 down.
2 down with a par 3, a par 4, and a par 5 ahead of them. And now, just to win the match.
Vanessa Borvilos. And she does. She pours it in. What a great response.
Man, oh, man. How about that?
A 3-2 win for the Internationals, and their first points of the day goes on the board. So it's now 8-7.
And you can see Internationals leading 6. So if they kept those leads, it would be 13-11. But you know, some of those leads are you know, 1 up and 2 up.
Happiness for the team right there for the Internationals. We saw a great day yesterday, off to a really good start here in day number 2. Two points on the board for the Americans early, a point on the board for the Internationals. The Americans lead by 1 in that match number 3. You see the green right there for the Internationals in matches. And then this is what's really impressive. Look at what's happening in the anchor match.
Malixian Rhodes, and you know, that I thought that would be a really hard-fought match, and it's completely lopsided for the Europeans. And you also have a 4-up with 5 to play there. So, I mean, 3 up, 5 to play, 3 up, 5 to play. So the Internationals look to have the upper hand clearly right now.
All right, let's go to match number 6. This is at the 7th. Kihei Akina, partnered with Wheaton Ennis, taking on Daniel Bennett and Arnie Svensson. And Akina and Ennis are down 2 with 3 to play. Akina finished his freshman year at BYU, was the freshman of the year, won the Phil Mickelson Outstanding Freshman Award. A first-team All-American as a freshman.
Well, we've seen some incredible shots here at 7. That's a beautiful little pitch there. The wind looks to be laying down a little bit compared to what it was earlier.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Yeah, this is going to be really good. Boy, when you know, when Takis and that group came through, the wind seemed to be really buffeting a little bit harder than it is right now.
I believe this is the Internationals. Arnie Svensson from Iceland plays at LSU.
Oh boy, he's lost this one high and right, it looks like. Got underneath that one, and the wind will push that. And there's over there to the right, there is no bueno over there. That is a really hard little pitch. He got late on that one underneath, face open, and it just shot over there to the right.
So the door opened right now for the Americans. They need to win this hole.
They're 2 down with 3 to play.
See what kind of magic Daniel Bennett has with the short game. The Texas Longhorn out of South Africa. We had the last 2 freshmen of the year in this group. Well, this is match 6. We're all tied right now at 8 because match number 8, which was Megan Propek and Bailey Shoemaker against Cayetana Fernandez Garcia Poillo and Marta Silchenko. Marta Silchenko and Fernandez Garcia Poillo won 5 and 4.
Really some lopsided matches for sure today.
We've seen a 6 and a 5 and a 5 and a 4 so far.
And one for the Americans and one for the internationals. But it looks like the international side's getting ready to have another one here very soon with Malixi and Rhodes.
Again, I'll say this, but in all these Ryder Cup, President's Cups, Solheim Cups, the Arnold Palmer Cups, this is my favorite format.
Mine too.
It moves fastest. Yep. And on top of that, you really feel like it's a team.
And you feel that the players understand the pressure because you don't have a backup. When you're playing 4-ball, you play a little bit looser, you play a little bit. These guys, you don't want to play tight. That's the problem, but you're trying to not let your partner down in these situations. And what's the rule everybody says? Never say sorry. I don't want to hear it. I know you didn't try to hit it over here right of the green and leave me with nothing. But we're here. Let's deal best we can with it. Back into the wind is the good part of this. I think he's rehearsing like he's going to go up and hit it like that and try to spin it. That's really well done. That's about as good as you can do.
That puts the pressure back on the Americans.
Well, they've got a putt for birdie, but yes, it does. That's likely a par. So at 2 down, they're going to have to. You know, they view this as a must-make anyway.
Right.
You know, you always count on your opponents making the putt or hitting the shot, so you're never surprised by it.
In your years of match play, everyone always says what you just said. Expect your opponent to make the putt. Was there ever a time where you didn't expect them to make the putt and they made the putt and it just threw you off?
No, not really, because I was always expecting it. You know, if a guy had an impossible shot, I'm like, he's going to make this. And I just had that in my mind. You know, the big thing about match play is making them beat you. And that's what you can handle that. If you go out and shoot a 68 or 67 and somebody beats you, shake their hand. You can't, you know, you can't tackle them. You can't do anything like you can do in other sports. This is all on you. The frustrating part is when you play sloppy and you give it to them.
You say you can't tackle them. Happy Gilmore might have something different to say.
That's true.
This is Wheaton Ennis.
But he was dealing with Shooter McGavin.
That's true, yeah.
Okay.
Wheaton Ennis, the Aggie from Texas A&M. Lost his opening match 2 down as he was partnered with Farrah O'Keefe yesterday. A putt here would win this hole, and it would make them 1 down with 2 to play.
We saw the Takis and Swanwick get some momentum here and carry it forward. Let's see if they can do it here for the U.S. Oh, no, the wind. Looked like the wind kind of buffeted that ball as it was trying to turn right. There's still a chance for a miss from the Internationals, but you wanted to take care of that business yourself. You hit a good putt. That's all you can do.
Up to the 18th. And this is Connor Graham for the Internationals playing his third. They're one down.
Yeah, the hole up in the front like it was yesterday, but closer to the left edge. And that's going to leave a really nice putt for birdie. But now at the 7th.
Arnie Svensson has this putt to tie the hole and to head to the 8th. Dorman 2 up.
There you go. At least a half a point for the Internationals guaranteed.
That's one of those situations where your teammate picked you up. Svensson hit the bad tee shot.
Yep.
Daniel Bennett, the beautiful pitch back, and the putt made by Svensson. And they have guaranteed the half a point, like you said, as they go to the 8th. So up ahead, here is Josiah Gilbert.
Can he answer? Pretty easy chip. And he does. Gets it inside of him. At 1 up, they may just go good. Shake hands.
Yep, they are. And the Americans get a point on the board right there. They now lead 9-8.
That's an important point, too, especially with what's getting ready to come with some closeouts of the International side. So neck and neck right now. This is good stuff.
Team Alabama. Auburn and Alabama combined for the victory. Josiah Gilbert, William Jennings win their match 1 up. It's 9-8. The U.S. leading the Internationals right now in the morning of day 2 of the Arnold Palmer Cup. But Trip Eisenhower, looking at what's about to transpire, there are a lot of matches that could be ending early in favor of the Internationals.
There are, but there are also 2, lopsided ones on the American side. Davis and O'Keefe, they're 4 up with 5 to play. Herendeen and Pope are 3 up with 5 to play. So, yes, there are points on both sides. Surely you can count on Maliksi and Rhodes taking them. They're 6 up, 6 to play. That one's going to end soon. So it's just going to be really tight. I think the International's going to have a slight lead. heading into the afternoon foursomes, excuse me.
And that's the mixed foursome.
Love it.
Which could be the best format.
It's the best format in golf.
Mixed foursomes. How cool is that?
I love it. We need more of this at the professional level. There you can see, and internationals have that edge with just 2 up with 3 and 2 to play at the bottom of that board. Those are, big advantages. And here's where it gets a little lopsided. Well, there you can see Melixi and Rose have now closed it out. 6 and 5.
It's pretty interesting how the first match was 6 and 5 in favor of the Americans. The last match 6 and 5 in favor of the internationals. Now this is match number 5. Veronica Kedranyova with Maria Jose Marin. They lead 2 up.
Get a putter in your partner's hands, and she does not go in that bunker. I hope that is a really bad spot. It did not go in the bunker, so door open here.
Yeah, Jasmine Koo.
And Koo's risen to the occasion with her putter.
Just see if she beautiful swing.
Yeah, no kidding. That looks to be on a good line. Yes, look at that. She answers with her iron. There's room here for the U.S. to get some air back in them.
In a situation like this, do you like an assistant captain, a captain, going over and saying, hey, we've got a real shot right here in this match, or just let them do their own thing?
Let them do their own thing. They're going to fight. All these players are going to fight to the end. They don't want to lose. They're going to give it everything they've got. That looks like the 8th hole there. People having trouble.
All right, this is the matchup of Daniel Bennett, Arnie Svensson against Kihei Akina, Wheaton Ennis. Again, Bennett, Svensson, they're dormant as they are 2 up with 2 to play.
Yeah,
so
sure to half a point.
Trying to get that half a point.
Yeah, but 1 in the rough over here, 1 in the fairway. So advantage to the U.S. team here. And that ball looks to be sitting down just a little bit for the internationals. And you got a slope that you're have to navigate. You can see the tier that he's going to have to come up just short of the flag.
This is Svensson.
So it's a par 4, and they drove it up here by the green. Hole playing downwind. And did not catch that clean. That's the problem with being in the rough. And door open for the USA. Yeah, he just did it.
All right, well, now this is over at the 16th.
No!
Oh my gosh, get out of here.
If that doesn't hit the pin, that is down there by Koo's ball. And instead, we can shake hands, and it's over.
Marie Jose Marin, the ANWA champ, holes out from a nearly, I mean, that's a really tough spot.
No kidding. That ball would have been a good 15, 16 feet by, hit the flag right in the middle, and they win that match 3-2. No, we got to get it up there. Oh, he does.
Oh, he did.
Very nice now.
That was Kihei Akina. All right, so after the birdie chip in,
yeah, I jumped ahead a little bit, but this had to go in, and it does. So,
wow,
that's 2 up, 2 to play.
How good was that we just saw?
I mean, we've seen them answer again and again, and I'd already given them the match, and here you go. We keep going.
2 up with 2 to play for Kedranyova and Marin. But man, what a response by Kylie Chong and Jasmine Koo. When it looks like they're about to lose, they say, no, let's keep on playing.
Remarkable. The level of play that we've seen today in this format is really back and forth. What you want to see in this Palmer Cup.
And this is what's so great also about match play is you do see more holdouts in match play than you would see in stroke play.
No question.
Malixi and Rhodes winning 6 and 5. So a 5 and 4, a 6 and 5. And now here's Daniel Bennett.
Hard putt to get right coming over the slope, and that'll be a par. The U.S. with a very makeable putt for birdie. Really a must make.
They need it, otherwise the match is over. All right, Wheaton Ennis with a must make here for birdie to extend the match to go to the final hole.
Not a hard putt. There you go. Going to the ninth. Par 5 downwind. You can see that a little bit of momentum now. They get a half point out of this. And I think that'll be a difference maker to keep it possibly tied.
Little smile right there with the two with Kihei Akina and Wheaton Ennis.
What a good drive, though, that
Wheaton
Ennis hit right in front of that green. That is a hard area to get that ball in, and he did that.
Isn't that a beautiful chip?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And how about, you know, Chong and Koo, what they did over at 16, answering Marin.
You know, I realize it's so hard to play match play each and every week, but there's a reason why match play is so much fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, talking about the PGA Tour going to some of the changes that they're doing, whether you like them or not, one of the good things is the season-ending thing will the ultimate prize is going to be ultimately decided by match play at a historic venue. That's going to be special. I wish the LPGA would do something similar with the CME group. You know, play a stroke play portion and then have the top 4 or 5 players or top 4 or 8 players play for match play for the whole thing.
Almost like what we see with the U.S. Amateur.
Yes.
Right? You play stroke play and then it leads into match play.
Are the Western Amateurs the best one? They play 72 holes of stroke play and then they play 16 go into match play. That's the ultimate test.
All right, this is match number 5, playing now the 17th hole. That's the Americans.
Yeah, this is not a good spot. This is way to the right. And not a lot of good things can happen over there.
Remember, they have to win these next 2 holes.
Yeah, this is, I think Kedra Nova is going to be next to hit, and this is just a great spot. The hole is in the back left portion of the green today. We saw players having trouble trying to get it to that front hole location yesterday, but this is not the best spot. I thought she was more in the fairway, ball above her feet, but with her opponent over there way to the right, usually you pull that. And we don't know where that ended up. That may have ballooned up into the wind, and well, we could see another miraculous shot to keep this match moving.
Angle-wise, this is a much better angle.
Well, it's a better angle, but look at this. This is the lie cannot be good over there. If she can get the club anywhere near the ball, it's going to be remarkable.
Jasmine Koo just trying to figure out, okay, what can I get on this ball? Oh, be careful. Two-time first-team All-American from SC, playing with her teammate Kylie Chong. Kylie Chong is right there watching.
Oh, she had a little punch, but I don't think it got up. Yeah, that's going to be down in that face coming up the hill. A lot of heather there. A lot of challenges for both teams here. Par would easily win this hole, I would imagine. Well, I said the wind laid down earlier. It's not laid down.
This is the 7th match, and that is Ryder Cowan able to make that putt.
Well, he had to make it.
Yep.
I mean, they're 3 down, 3 to play, so this par 3 16th could end this match if this goes in.
The team of Jack Buchanan, Milan Potgeider, and this is Buchanan. He makes this. This will win the match. Another SC Trojan, Jack Buchanan. And
there you
the
go.
match is over.
International 3, United States 3. International team wins 3-2.
A 3-2 victory for the Internationals, and they now retake the lead at 10-9.
Yeah, there you can see what it means to these guys. Getting a point.
For the first time today, the Internationals have taken the lead 10-9 with 5 matches still on the golf course. 10-9, the Internationals lead the U.S. here in this morning session.
Yeah, it looks like with the way the matches are right now, if everything kind of stays to form, we might have a 13-11 international lead going into the mixed foursomes, which I think is the best team match play format in golf.
Nice putt right there. That was match 10. Connor Williams and Jonathan McEwen.
Well, they're 4 down with 4 to play, so
this one's about to end.
Yeah, they needed that to have any chance. Now, Ahmed has this putt right here. All right, so this is for par. No.
That's going to come up way short.
Way short.
And so they will move on to another hole.
But again, a sure to half a point. They're
right.
3 up, 3 to play. And they head over to the par 3 7th, where we've seen some miraculous shots and birdies made, so it's an opportunity there. All right, this is the 9th, the par 5 that's downwind. And that match right there is 1 up for Bennett and Svensson. Now can Akina and Ennis answer once again like they did at the 8th?
And if they can, to get
a half
big
point,
time half
huge.
a point.
That would make it probably 11.5, 12.5 if they were to scrap this out.
And Tripp, it's so weird. It's kind of like when you're playing stroke play. Sometimes a bogey is bad. Sometimes a bogey is good. If you can get a half a point here, that is huge.
No, this is huge because as it stands right now, if everything played out the way the leaderboard is, 13-11, 2 points, 11.5, 12.5. that's just neck and neck. So big shift right here if these two were able to come through.
Wheaton Ennis after the tee ball by Kihei Akina.
Yeah, how about the last 2 tee shots for Akina? I mean, Ennis hit it the last tee shot. Akina hit the chip. But this is a beautiful tee shot. I mean, he's going to have an 8-iron into this green, maybe a 7.
Try to give himself a putt for eagle.
It's an uphill shot. Can only see where the flag is. Cannot see the green fully. Oh, yeah.
Hang on.
Stay there. No, that's going to go down. But that is not a hard spot to pitch from. Pitching back into the wind. I would say advantage slightly the Americans with where that ball ended up for the Internationals.
Now it's 17. This is to extend the match for Koo. And they do it again.
Could be another half point fought out here by this team. Answer at 16, win at 17. The Trojans march on.
The USC Trojans are showing that fight. The team of Kylie Chong and Jasmine Koo. Man, impressive stuff as they're hanging around with Veronica Kedronova and Marie-Jose Marin. And think about Marie-Jose Marin had that chip in that you thought would end it.
Correct. And, you know, Had that not gone in, this match would be even heading to the last. But instead, I mean, still a chance for a half point. And if the U.S. side could pull out 2 half points in those match 5 and 6, that is remarkable. That could have it in a tie, actually. Odds against it, but it's still there.
Other matches going on. Davis and O'Keefe 3 up with 4 to play. Onman and Cannon 3 up with 3 to play for the internationals. The Americans, Herendeen and Pope, 3 up with 4 to play over Poulter and Shields Donegan, which, when you think about it,
that was a team that you thought would be a really hard out there.
Yep. So right now, the Americans in back-to-back matches, match 5 and match 6, they've extended it to the final hole, and this is now Kihei Akina playing his 3rd, and Olin Brown is there with this match.
Hey guys, Kihei Akina getting ready to play.
Went with a putter.
Now that was his 3rd shot, Team USA's 3rd shot. The international team hit a poor 40-yard shot to the back of the green, and they have about 6, 7 feet here for their par. So advantage to Team USA.
Do you think, Olin, that factored into the equation there for Akina to go putter as opposed to trying to chip it?
He had a wedge out for a long time. It looked like a pitch shot to me, the way he was with all the mounding on this green, what he had to cover. It's a pretty significant false edge to this left side of the green. Took the more conservative play. I think it had to have played at least some role in his decision.
Again, that's match play for you, right, Tripp?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, the old adage is you always pitch it if you're trying to make it, and the safe play's the putter. And with the misstep by the international team, it's a, opportunity. He would have loved to have given his partner a little bit better look for the half point, but this putt goes in, secures the half point. And I mean, you talk about ebbs and flows, though, and this would be massive for them.
Yeah, I think this would be a big deal. Squeeze out a half point here. You know, it's funny in match play, we often get caught up in what the other team is doing and or the other player is doing. And sometimes if you just hit the correct shot to make the lowest score on the hole, you're a little better off. You can kind of overthink things and play overly conservative if you think the other side is going to make a certain score.
This now to get a half a point for the Americans, Wheaton Ennis.
Oh, no. Whoa, now. I don't know if they lost their turn. It was a big error right there when they had the doors open for them several times, and now this match could be over right here.
Arnie Svensson has this putt to win the match.
There you go.
Does.
Well, that gets the point there to 11. That quashes the possibility of a tie.
The Americans showed fight.
They did.
If you speak with both Kihei Akina and Wheaton Ennis, they'll regret their decisions there around the green on the final hole.
Absolutely. But again, they fought brilliantly to have a chance.
I like to see all these players come together as teams. These players from different countries. Now, this is match number 9, Marie-Aline Matson.
They're 3 down with 3 to play, so they have to force this chip in.
Oh, great
Boy,
effort.
she gave it all she could. But you can see how fast that was. Even after hitting the hole, it still went way by. But this match is likely going to be over here shortly. Because they're not in for par yet, but valiant effort right there.
Anna Davis, Farrell O'Keefe. They are a formidable team right there.
Oh, no kid. No, I mean, O'Keefe is just so talented. Of course, so is Anna Davis. Yeah. I'm surprised that a team like that wasn't in the anchor spot, and they love putting O'Keefe in the anchor spot. But they're delivering like they need to. And you can tell by the body language of the internationals over there, they're waiting to shake hands.
Yeah. I mean, 2 putts here, and they close it out.
Yeah. What a great shot in here from Farah. All they need's 1. Oh, no. Well, they'll shake hands here. There's an important point for the U.S. That gets them to double digits.
Anna Davis now 2-0 in this Arnold Palmer Cup. A 3-2 victory for the U.S. Now 11-10 international team. You can't ask for a much better competition right now.
Oh, you really can. I mean, you've got some lopsided matches, sure, but man, these tight matches, we've seen birdies win holes. You know, we haven't hardly seen any pars winning holes. You know, that's what you want to see. You want to see the players performing well. And the other thing we've seen that you rarely see in match play is topping, you know, a birdie putt with another birdie putt or a birdie chip. In the case of Chong and Koo, who still are 1 down with 1 to play, they fought brilliantly. And speaking of that, we'll go here to 18.
Here they are, and this is Kedronyova. Out of the bunker.
Bunker. Boy, that is going to be nice. That is not an easy bunker. If you get in the right up close to that lip, it's almost impossible to get it out of that bunker. But that's not a shoe-in for birdie.
Kylie Chong, Jasmine Koo.
Boy, they have just been clutch, haven't they?
Put it this way. It's not a team I'd want to play very often.
No. I mean, good gosh, two topper birdie putts. Koo has made. And now if this putt for eagle, oh my, this is a huge opportunity.
How aggressive are you on this putt, seeing where the internationals are for birdie?
Cautiously aggressive.
Okay.
Make sure you get it there, but don't do, you know, like what Ennis and Akina did, where you run it, you know, 6 feet by. You want it to have a chance. This is an uphill putt. This is not a hard putt at all. It's not one you have to worry about getting away from you. So I think she can be that kind of cautious aggressive.
Again, this would be a huge half a point.
I mean, think about it. Answer a chip in at 16. Make an incredible par from a horrible spot off the tee at 17. This goes in for eagle and win this hole. That's one of the best comebacks you can see. You don't even want them to have to putt. Give them, you just take it right here.
legal to have the match.
Yeah, she did everything right there. That's may not be given, but that's pretty much good. Okay, they did give it. All right, now you're Augusta National Women's Amateur Champ.
Who hold out for
Eagle at
16.
16 has a chance to put a point for the internationals. Can it get any better than this?
This is so much fun. Marie Jose Marine.
This putt coming across the slope, it's going to be right to left break. I think you got to get it outside the hole. The wind is coming from right to left.
In her now third Arnold Palmer Cup, she is 5-3-1 and has this putt to move to 6-3-1 and give the internationals a 2-point lead at 12-10. Otherwise, it's 11.5 to 10.5.
Most players miss this putt left. And she missed it right.
Wow, so a half a point earned by Kylie Chong and Jasmine Koo.
What a comeback. That's one of the best I've seen in those circumstances.
You can tell how big of a comeback it is based on that ovation you just heard.
The team knows it. That's an important half point. Because right now it looks like there's one match that's going to go to the U.S. and one match that's going to go to Europe, or international, excuse me. And if that's the case, 11.5, 12.5.
Now going over to the match 11. This is Caden Pope out of Lexington, Kentucky, plays at Auburn. He and Max Herendeen are 3 up with 3 to play.
Oh boy, that is really close to out of bounds. He looked to get in front of that and try to keep it down, and man, oh man, got steep on it. Door open for this team. There's Coach Brennan Webb, men's coach at University of Tennessee.
You don't want to leave the door open for Luke Poulter and Niall Shields.
No, you do not.
Shields Donegan.
Oh, club twirl, but that's going right as well.
You're not supposed to have a club twirl.
Not with that. Yeah, that's the. Might have been a disgust club twirl.
That's a club toss.
Yeah.
It's a 1-point lead for the internationals. The Americans trying to close out another match to even it up at 11.5. Man, this is good. the international team leading by 1, 11.5 to 10.5 in the morning session of day number 2 of the Arnold Palmer Cup. And Tripp, once again, we saw the Americans storm out with 3 points early, but the internationals have responded.
Yep. And now it looks like we saw the tee shots not the best, but now we've got similar par putts. And of course, you know, if this doesn't go in, this match is over. But 2 good pitches from not the best spots to have these opportunities for par. But again, being 3 up, 3 to play, par is your friend.
Niles Shields Donegan needs to make this to force the Americans' hand.
Not a hard putt. A little bit down the hill. And he does. Well, we've seen a lot of good putts from that distance, haven't we?
We really have. Confident strokes. And now the Americans can make this. Caden Pope and Max Herendeen will take this match, and it will even the score at 11.5.
And this is a must point for the Americans. They cannot afford to allow Poulter and Shields Donegan to come back. No, he came up and out of that one just enough. There's life. There's life in the internationals.
They'll head to 17. Much like we saw in that match number 5 with Chong and Koo, able to extend the match, eventually earned a half a point. Now Connor Williams has a birdie putt at the 8th, 2 down with 2 to play.
They just won the 7th to get 2 down. And no, now that's a conceded par, and
this will be Nguyen on Min to try to close out this match.
They have a par putt coming up. So again, we just saw one of those missed at 16. We'll see if the pressure can get to him here.
These are the only 2 matches still going on right now on the golf course. One on the front, one on the back. The team of George Cannon and Nguyen on Min. They were up as many as 4. They were up 4 at the 5th hole. The Americans won the 6th, won the 7th, and here, if he can't make it, they will have won the 8th. Oh my gosh.
Wow. That is unexpected right there. Making a bogey, giving them a hole with a par, that's what you do not want to do. You cannot let them win holes with pars. So, and now they've lost the last 3 holes here. This is clearly momentum shift late. Best U.S. can do is a half point in each match, or the best either team can do is a half point in each match. If they were able to do that, well, I mean, this would stay a 1-point lead, but remarkable.
Again, we began this morning tied 6-6.
We could conceivably be tied 12-12.
You want even teams?
Well, this is still even. At one point, it's still even. This is not even close to being lopsided, which is it's so great to see. And now we got you know, one match heading over to the difficult 17th. Hard tee shot. We'll see how they navigate that. But the 9th hole, clearly a hole you can look at making a 3 on. A little bit harder, it seems, to find the green in 2 shots than the 18th. Another reachable par 5.
This is at 17.
Well, if these teams found the fairway, it's a huge bonus, because finding this fairway is crucial.
Max Herendeen out of Bellevue, Washington, plays at the University of Illinois. 3-time unanimous first-team All-Big Ten. Playing alongside Caden Pope, the captain this past year at Auburn when they won their 2nd NCAA championship in the last 3 years.
And on the right-hand side, this hole is in the back left, so coming across this green. It looks to be, can't tell if it's in the high stuff or not. Hopefully, he'll be able to get it clean.
And it looks like the internationals are right there in the fairway.
Yeah,
great
beautiful
position.
spot. Yeah, exactly. Again, you cannot give much light to a team like Poulter and Shields Donegan. They are 2 very accomplished match play players, and
Asked me to stay.
he must be in the rub. Yeah, he is.
He asked me to stay, and every time he says, I'm like, choose one.
He's trying to get a line, and you can't really see anything from over there.
The best line is the crane.
Well, that's too far left, but off that upslope. Let's see what he can do. That's at the 9th there. So that's well done right there at the 9th. Couldn't tell if that was McEwen or Williams.
All right, time now for the internationals.
Well, he seemed disgusted by it, and oh my, Justin. Huge. Oh.
All right, at 17 now Poulter.
Oh wow, he says, and that had to have gone straight up into the air, and it's going to be short in that bank, and you can see the U.S. in the fairway with their tee shot, so really in the driver's seat now.
2 up, 2 to play at the 17th in the fairway. Put this one on the green, give yourself a putt, and you're putting the pressure.
Oh
on
yeah,
the
with them
internationals.
not on the green, this is what you want to do in foursomes. Get the ball in the short grass, get the ball putter in your opponent's hands, or in your partner's hands, excuse me.
Max Herendeen.
Looks to be in front of it and steep and out to the right. Yeah, that's what he did on 16. Same swing, but still, you know, hats off to the Americans, but that swing looks nervous to me. That looks like a nervy swing. Doesn't feel like, feels like he's trying to guide it and not mess up. And when you do that versus free swinging, you typically mess up. So the best way to not mess up is try to just free swing it.
Sometimes it's much easier said than done.
I know that, of course. I see you in one of those houses over there. I think you should see if any of those are on Airbnb. Maybe you could get over there and.
You want to go?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I'll get the Guinness and the.
And I'll get the house.
And you get the house.
Sounds like a fair deal.
Great deal. I think that's a great deal. I'll even pay for your caddy.
Oh, thanks.
Okay. Boy, this is if the international team goes to lose, I mean they were 4 up with 5 to play, and they could ultimately get a. It looks like right now advantage U.S. clearly with where they're positioned at 9.
That's Jonathan McEwen, the Division III golfer of the year in both 2025 and 2026. We saw him yesterday.
Clutch.
Yeah. I believe the international team will be away, Olin.
Yeah, they are, guys. They really did themselves a disservice where they missed this ball, where they missed their second shot. Downwind, up and over a false front, false edge of this 9th green. The shot will be running away from them once it gets on the green. And past this hole, there's another false edge to the left side of the green. So I think an incredibly challenging shot. Just getting it on the green would be pretty good, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's so easy if you get aggressive, like you're saying, Olin. It carries some speed, 6-7 feet past this hole. It's gonna run off and leave, another awkward pitch or putt.
Similar to what we saw with Akina just a little while ago. That's where the ball could end up.
Yeah.
It's just the shots are going it's so hard to judge them downwind and going up and over this little mound. It's going to be a real challenge.
Plus, we throw in the fact, Olin, that they have lost the last 3 holes in a row.
Collapsed.
Lie looks good, though. Wow. What a shot.
A touch of class right there by Nguyen on Min.
There you have it. Man, his short game, he relies on that
Guys, it is
often.
hard to say just how good that was.
Yeah, that was so solid. Now, you know what you got to do. If you're the Americans, one thing only. Got to hole it.
You said before that you want to hit the shot like you're going to hole it.
Right.
Well, now you hit the shot to hole it.
Correct. And Olin, this one is holeable, isn't it? I mean, yes, the odds are against it, but the opportunity's there.
Well, I think it's at least the thought crosses your mind that you can make it. Going back up the hill, the wind is whipping right to left on him, which makes it challenging. But it's a pretty straightforward pitch. He's got a backstop behind the pin. He can be pretty aggressive here.
He's got to be aggressive. They need this to go in to get a half a point.
Well, it's a good effort. Man, oh, man. Great effort there. Hey, man, they fought back. They fought hard, but that's going to get them to 12.5 for the internationals. So now the one match on the course could get this within a point.
What a clutch shot right there by Nguyen on Min as well.
Really good, really good. As Olin said, you know, missing in the wrong spot, but correcting it with a great short game shot. Now the third here for Shields Donegan.
Is that good or what?
Really good.
The last two shots we've seen from the international team around the green have been special.
Really have. And I tell you what, with, you know, Herendeen and Pope, this is important that they put this ball down there, you know, inside that. So we'll see what Pope can do. I like pitching it versus putting it.
It almost seemed like putting was never an option for him.
No, I mean, you could putt it, but he's coming up a slope and then it goes down away from him. I like just taking all that out of play here. Carry it on the green, let it trundle down. Settle. Okay, all right. Now that's about the length that his partner, who's showing some nerves with his swing and missed one of this length on the last hole. So we'll see if he's letting those past, you know, mistakes carry over. But he's got a putt to win the match.
He makes it, and we're done at 12.5, 11.5.
And again, not knowing what the nerves are, but it certainly looks like the last two swings have been nervy, and he was up and early out of that last putt on 16. Let's see. Stay in your process. Pretend you're back home playing with your buddies.
This is his second Arnold Palmer Cup. He was 0-3-1 last year. He lost yesterday 3-2. So he's looking for his first full point.
Really good opportunity. They've given themselves a chance against one of the better teams. You know, Poulter and Shields Donegan, I would think if you're Brennan Webb, you're loving the fact that that's a team you're going to be able to put together, and be able to take them down would be hats off for Herendeen.
The wind is absolutely whipping right now. A putt to get a full point right now for the U.S. and end the match here at 17. Yes, it's
very
over.
Nice.
A confident putt.
How about that? There. Look at that. We can end up 11.5, 12.5. What a morning.
What a morning indeed. We saw some teams come out and just blister the other teams, and we saw a lot of matches come down the stretch. A lot of fight was shown. The U.S. won the first three. A 4-2 lead on those last 6 matches for the internationals. 12.5 to 11.5. And let's get you down to Olin Brown, who's standing by with a special guest.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Here with Janice Olavencia. Tell us about the day, tough conditions, hard-fought day by that last group.
Yes, I mean, Min and George have been playing very well. They've been hitting solid shots, great putting as well. You know, I think then going on to 6 and being dormy, you know, and then obviously we should have capitalized a little bit on 7 and on 8. We had a couple putts there that we could have won, but it's brutal out there. It's hard. Everyone fought. I mean, today was not easy for either teams. And I think that we hung in there and we stayed strong. You know, I was just telling Min and George that, you know, we've got to continue to be confident in the things that we've been doing well. They've been hitting great shots. They've been putting very well. They've been picking great lines. And they just have to just commit to the shot, right? And they have to believe in each other. They have to continue to give support. And they did. They stayed up. Their chin was high. Their chest was up. And they knew that they had to fight all the way to the end. It wasn't going to be given. You had to earn it, and you had to win it. And we did on 9. So
this format can be challenging. Hard to get a rhythm. Players playing different golf balls. What was the approach coming into today?
You know, we have a variety of players on our team, and all of them are very creative, and they're very capped to adjust and to adapt to, obviously, the weather conditions, different balls, different angles, different shots, you know, the way that their teammates play. Right, so they have to adjust a little bit, but you know, we strategized last night, you know, and we gave them sort of a format in terms of what to guide, in terms of who was going to play the odds and evens, and what would have benefited us in terms of, you know, the pair that we put them together. So length, you know, around the greens, and I thought we did a pretty good job pairing up. And you know, at the end of the day, you know, the Americans are strong, and we are strong as well. So you know, every match is going to be fought. Every match is going to be extremely difficult, and we just have to continue to believe in ourselves and continue to be confident that we are capable of finishing it up. And especially at home, it just gives a different vibe. But they knew they had to finish. They knew they had to finish this match, and they were confident about it, and they were sure about it, and they demonstrated right there. Even, you know, obviously on the second shot there for George, you know, he had about 220 yards up to the green. You know, and he flitted up a little bit to the right, but that didn't stir them up. You know, they knew that they were going to have a shot. Min goes up there and obviously looks at the lie. You know, you never know what type of lie you're gonna you know, come up to. So you have to be very positive of whatever outcome that is and whatever it is that you see the ball is, and then you have to just accept the challenge and figure out how to do what is best for obviously your other teammate to be able to perform and finish that strong. So I think they did very well. I mean, Min right there on that shot, he was like, "I got it, coach." I'm like, "I know you do. It just all you got to do is visualize and execute it," and he did exactly that.
Well, it was an incredible shot and a great performance, great battle, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you. Thanks much.
Thank you.
Well, it was an incredible shot, and I love that confidence by Min just saying, "I got it, coach." And they did. The international team got it in the morning session here, 6.5 to 5.5. They lead by 1. Don't forget, coming up later on today, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, we have the mixed foursomes. That should be so much fun. And of course, tomorrow, beginning at 5 a.m. Eastern time, we have all the singles matches. That's all coming up here in the 30th edition of the Arnold Palmer Cup. A look at what we saw today in the 12 matches. An impressive performance in the first match by Mackenzie Lee and Kiara Romero, 6 and 5.
Yeah, and then you do the same thing on the other side. When you flip it, Malixie and Patience Rose go out and they win 6 and 5. So yes, there were some lopsided matches, a lot of back and forth. What I was most impressed with is some of the matches that got close. There was a high level of execution on both sides to not only stave off a charging opponent, but also to keep themselves in matches. But I'm so excited. I'm just excited about what we're going to see this afternoon.
Before we go there, of all the matches that we saw this morning, the one that stands out to me is match number 5, Kylie Chong, Jasmine Koo.
I was thinking the same thing.
Because when Veronica Kedronova and Maria Jose Marin, when Marin made that birdie chip on 16, you thought it's over.
It is. I actually said it was over. And then Koo answers. Then they come back and win 17 and 18. Incredible stuff. But now we get to my favorite format, and my favorite version of it is foursomes, mixed team.
Mixed foursomes begin at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. It is a 1-point lead for the international squad, 12.5 to 11.5 after 2 sessions here in the 30th playing of the Arnold Palmer Cup. For Trip Eisenhower, Olin Brown Jr., and our entire crew, I'm Justin Kutcher saying so long for now. We'll see you in a few hours for the afternoon session here at the Arnold Palmer Cup.